The Senate advanced the bipartisan gun control bill in a 64-34 vote earlier this past week. The legislation would grant funding for states to implement red flag laws, enhance background checks, and close the so-called boyfriend loophole, which is a federal law that bars spouses, but not dating partners, convicted of domestic abuse from gun owners. Chris, Senator John Cornyn, a Texas senator, helped negotiate this deal. What happened in the gun debate that we all of a sudden have Republicans now fighting for red flag laws?
The illusion of two parties with polar opposite positions politically is shattered again. The uniparty, which is what we really have and have had for decades, exposes itself. And in this case, Cornyn from Texas, of course, the 14 people that voted along with Cornyn are either not up for election or they're retiring. So they're just.
So they really didn't have any. They had no accountability to their
and they're giving Biden and all the folks on the left this gross violation of due process, exactly what they want. This is another step towards outlawing certain weapons, seizing certain weapons, violating the Second Amendment. And so what we're seeing, look, this is an administration that's reluctant to define what a woman is. But they have no problem defining what a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship would be with respect to anonymously seizing someone's weapons based on a claim. It's unconstitutional. It's unlawful. It's really a slap in the face of the American public, who largely owns firearms without any problem whatsoever. It's a violation of a constitutional right. Why don't they go ahead and pass a law that says we can't have cowardly police officers? Because when you watch the video in Uvalde, you see police officers standing in a hallway for 50 minutes while a guy shoots 10-year-olds. So pass a law saying no cowardly police officers. That's a good start.
Yeah, and you have this continual discussion. John, I mean, you cover this on the Hill all the time. But this discussion about somehow passing gun laws will eliminate gun crimes altogether. It's not based on data.
It won't eliminate gun crimes altogether, but what Mitch McConnell is hopeful that it will do is it will get Uvalde and this whole gun issue off the front pages and out of the minds of everybody, because it's about messaging. The messaging for the GOP, if they want to take the Congress, they want to take the Senate, is inflation, it's immigration. You get this gun debate over here, it shifts the focus, it creates a lot of noise, they can't get their message out. What he wants to do is he wants to get that issue behind them and off their front pages so they can talk about other things that will get their voters to the polls.
If they had half a brain, they'd keep talking about the gun issue incessantly.
Right.
You want to talk about violence in schools, you want to talk about behavioral and psychological issues, instead of running away from the problem, they should stick with it.
And at no point during this discussion have they even brought up the need or the discussion of increasing security at our schools.
Correct.
Because this is, again, assuming that there are always going to be bad guys who want to do bad things. Then let's up our security. But that discussion simply hasn't arisen in this debate, which is a shame.